네, 안녕하십니까. 오늘도 그 호그와트를 방랑하는 그 미리. 저분이 뭐 하다 버렸어? 뭐 하다 버렸어? 그런 포인트를 일부러 아껴. 일단 그 거미줄부터 해결 좀 해볼까요? 이런 샤이로 가서 그 거미줄부터 해결 좀 해봅시다.
This must be Aaron's
빨리
side.
가다 싶다니만은 그
Best keep an eye
김치가
out for spiders.
잠깐 오자마자 이건 뭔데?
Incendio. Potato. Incendio.
아니 좀. 야 잠깐만.
They're even more aggressive than I'd expected.
그 고비가 너무 많은데 야 씨. 이슬디오.
Expelliarmus. Potato. Incendio.
아야 잠깐 씨. 그 원룸의 고비가 이렇게 많아?
Surely that's the last of them.
아무튼 직살분이야.
Revelio. Alohomora.
이동하자마자 직살분이 진짜.
Revelio. Compulso. Revelio. Oh no, this must be Mary. Poor woman.
요청하신 대로 거미 도구를 전달했습니다. 지금 즉시 대금을 치러주셔야 해요. 지하철 정보 자극장에서 새로운 거미 군락이 곧 구하기 직전이요. 곧 도구를 더 제공해 줄 수 있을 거예요. 물론 지난번 배달분은 리포트.
If Mary was breeding these things in her cellar, that means there are more underground. I need to destroy every last spider in that cellar if this is to end.
그러니까 그 메리 씨가 그 거미를 잔뜩 키워놔서 생긴 문제란 거죠. 맞아. 분명히 지하실이라고 있어. 분명히 지하실이라고 있었으니까 그 지하로 내려가는 데가 있어. 여기에 잔뜩 있을 거야. 아, 세스코에서 왔습니다. 예. 요즘 세스코 활동을 너무 자주 하는 것 같은 느낌이 들긴 하지만은 그
Revelio.
방역 활동은 중요한 겁니다.
If this is where Mary bred the spiders, they're not here now. Revelio.
일단 이쪽.
This isn't a good sign. These spiders have gone somewhere. Revelio.
이거 집 상태가 거미를 조금 키웠다 정도가 아닌 것 같은데.
Not sure I want to know where this leads.
뭔가 조금 키웠다 정도가 아닌 것 같아.
I'd best be ready for whatever I may find down there.
그러니까 그 뭔가 대비를 하고 내려가는 게 맞거든. 그 일단 그 물리학은 9개 정도 있고. 혹시 우리가 미리 장전한 거지?
Revelio. Exact. I need to find and destroy all of these before the situation gets even worse.
일단은 여기.
Protego!
아니.
Confringo. Revelio.
봤으면 좋겠는데.
Confringo.
머리가 안 났네요.
Revelio. Confringo. That's one exact destroyed. I should get the rest. This is definitely going to anger your parents. Revelio.
일단 이쪽으로.
Confringo.
났나?
Revelio.
일단 혹시 모르니까 다시 해야지.
Revelio.
음성하면 불길한 게 진짜 개인적으로 공포영화 정말 싫어하거든요? 아니 개인적으로 공포영화 같은 거 진짜 싫어하는데 그 음성이 진짜
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. There's a victory that came none too soon. Ugh.
내 생각이 아마 벌써 이것도 tip이야. 자, 다시 한번 원래 몸을 숨게 하는 거는 그 강력반으로서는 어쩔 수 없습니다.
I don't see them.
안전을 위해서는 몸을 숨게 해.
Revelio.
까지 거미가 돌아다녔던 것 같은 느낌이 되게 기분이 좋죠.
Confringo. Revelio.
좀 더 가야 하나?
Confringo. Revelio.
자, 가나나의 양미추 군단들이요.
Revelio. Confringo. Half finished, but I need to destroy all of the egg sacs. These eggs must be destroyed. Revelio.
아니, 하나 남았어.
Confringo. Revelio.
근데 이쪽 세계도 엘프가 있긴 있나봐요. 그 해리포터 세계관에서도 엘프라는 종족이 있긴 있나봐요. 그 엘프 제자들이 없어지는 거니까. 아우 진짜 나 이런 분위기 진짜 그 싫어하는데. 개인적으로 진심 이런 공포 분위기 엄청 싫어하거든요. 아 어쩔 수 없어. 내가 들어올게. 악으로 까먹어.
Revelio.
뭐 제가 들어왔으니까 악으로 깡으로 버텨야 하는 건 사실이긴 합니다. 그래도 그 싫어하는 건 싫어하는 거란 말이죠.
Revelio. Revelio.
자 하나하나 뒤져봐. 이 위쪽에도 알주머니가 있거든요.
Confringo. Arrest them. The ball set. Defend them. Ugh. Confringo.
좀
Revelio.
놀랐잖아! 아 아니 갑자기 튀어나와서 놀랐잖아 진짜. 아씨.
Revelio.
놀랐다고 하면서 자연 파괴한 것 같은 느낌이 들긴 하지만 어?
That's the last of the spider sacks.
드디어 내 거미 군단을 기를 최적의 장소를 찾았는데 말 그대로 코앞에 있는 곳에 몰아올지 보여요. 그 장소는 바로 제 지하 저장고예요. 왜 그전까지 이 생각을 못했을까요? 어째서 그 누구도 이 생각을 못했던 걸까요? 제 거미들이 무럭무럭 튼튼 자라니 녀석들이 뻔히 비단으로 큰 돈을 벌 수 있을 거예요. 그럼 저도 부자가 되겠죠. 더는 마을로 갈 때 입을 드레스 가지고 찌질하게 골 필요도 없고요. 생각만 해도 금수하네요.
I suppose I know what happened to Mary Portman now. She was breeding the spiders. Revelio.
그 보통 그 거미 같은 거를 키우지 않는 이유는 다 이유가 있는 거고. 를 잡아먹을 수도 있고. 그 사람이 그 거미를 딱히 집에서 안 키우는 이유는 나를 잡아먹을 수도 있었어야 하고 그 농담도 아니고 그 실제로 호주에서 사는 그 거대한 거미 같은 경우에는 진짜 사람도 뭐였죠? 그러면 진짜 호주에서 사는 놈들은 그 사람도 뭐야?
I hope that's the last spider.
자 가라! 나의 치종용기!
Revelio.
원래 거미 같은 거 조질 때는 이렇게 공기 갖다 팍팍 조져보는 게 좋습니다. 얘 혹시 모르니까 그렇지.
Revelio.
뭔가 더 없으면 좋겠는데. 설마 이 앞에 뭔가 더 있는 건 아니지? 설마. 지금 거미 그 두 마리가 계속 이쪽으로 가고 있네.
Revelio.
잠깐 엄청 거대한 게 보이는데?
Oh, wait. That's the last one. And she's angry.
뭔가 화난 거 같으니까 그 선물 좀 줘봅시다. 선물 좀 줘보고. 화가 났어? 선물. 번개를 선물로 주마.
I'll be having nightmares for the rest of my life after that. Revelio.
너도 화가 났니? 너도 화가 났니?
8 legs is simply too many. Revelio.
역시 이게 그 무리하게 이긴. 이런 소름 끼치는 곳에서 그 크리스마스 트리를 얻었습니다. 참 이런 데서 크리스마스 트리 발견한 건 뭐냐? 참. 다 먹나? 뭐 하여간 그 시스코 방역검사 그 다 있으니까. 네, 안녕하십니까. 시스코입니다. 그 방역 다 있습니다. 그 깨끗한 상태고요. 또 고미가 나타난다면은 그 모두 다 몰살을 해볼게요.
Revelio.
진짜 다시는 오고 싶지 않은 분들이에요, 진짜. 그 제가 논리진리 정도는 아니지만 그 거미 싫어한단 말이에요. 그 론 정도는 아니지만 거미 싫어한다고 난. 이게 아닌가? 하여간 그 방역 완료했습니다. 예. 오스미드로 바로 갑시다.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Mr. Dunn, I have some news.
Thank Merlin. About my sweet friend Mary.
죽었어요. 욕심 때문에 죽었어.
It seems poor Mary was breeding spiders in her home for profit, and vastly underestimated their propensity to multiply.
Oh, Mary. What untoward scheme were you involved in?
If she needed financial assistance, she could have just come to me.
She didn't deserve this. Few do.
I am sorry about your friend, but you'll be relieved to know that I cleared out the spiders. It's safe to return now.
You? You cleared out the spiders? I can't believe it, but I'm certainly relieved.
I imagine the first order of business will be to help the amulet rebuild. I suppose I have nothing to fear from dead spiders.
당연하지.
That's the spirit. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you again for all you've done. I shall keep you apprised of the hamlet's rebuilding.
Glad I could be of help, and I look forward to visiting your shop the next time I'm in Arranshire.
To dearly departed Mary.
자, 불길한 접근성분 하나 넣어보겠습니다. 다운키스트가 그 어디보자. 잠깐만요, 그 전에 잠깐 설정 좀. 자꾸 그 샤꼬린 소리가 나와요. 여기서 먼저 인건 아닌가? 아니 퀘스트 키. 일단 그 언더크래프트 쪽으로 가봅시다. 호그와트로 가야 돼.
Revelio. Revelio. You'll
일단
never
대화 좀
believe
합시다.
what I've learned.
뭘
What
찾았는데?
did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
그래도 그 크루시오 마법을 쓰는 건 좀 많지 않을까? 그 금지된 거에는 다 이유가 있는 거거든.
I know we had to do it to open the scriptorium, but it's not something I'd want to repeat.
내가 쓴 건
And I'm
아니야.
glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
아니 그래도 그 말해야지 그거는 야. 그 영원한 비밀이 어디 있다고 야.
We need to tell him. He's the reason we found the book, and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
아니, 저건 아니지 그래.
I am not letting this go.
저거 진짜 말려야 하는 거 아니야? 아니 보통 그 누군가를 위해서라고 저렇게 폭주하는 애들이 그 뭔가 난리치는 경우가 있거든요. 그 저거 말려야 하는 거 같은데.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
잠깐만 무슨 일이 있었던 건데?
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors, spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library, noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
안 그래도 그것 때문에 걱정이다 야. 얘가 자꾸 못 나간 것 같은데.
Some references Sebastian mentioned in the book do worry me.
I'm glad you understand. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
여기서 끝이야? 이제 남은 퀘스트는 불과 김포밖에 없네요. 가는 길에 그 멀린 시험이란지 기타 등등 여러 가지 주먹을 할까? 히포그리프는 잡았어. 그 멀린의 테스트에서 그 뭐 몇 가지 안 한 것도 있고.
Revelio. What do you have in store for me this time?
기본 멀린 시험은 또 뭘까? 저건 아닌 거고. 분명히 이거 3개가 있을 거란 말이죠.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. These Merlin trials won't get the best of me.
자, 멀강도 시험 하나 하고. 가는 길에 그 천문표도 있죠. 가는 길에 천문표도 있습니다. 퍼프스킨 이용. 나비는 필수하고. 수영도주 캠프 입고 싶어. 우선은 그 나비부터 가자. 나비야 나비야 이 날아오거라도 난 나비 물추 오너라. 자, 나비들이 조용히 따라오고 있어.
Revelio.
They come after me. I'll stick 'em like a knocktail.
나비 어디 갔어? 잘은 모르겠지만은
Totalis. Revelio.
뭐라? 안 되겠다. 이 점을 조금 바꿔가지고 여기부터 그 점정을 좀 해야 할 것 같아. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 아니 파인딩.
Revelio.
자, 기울림도 알아보고. 오, 경기 공부 한번 잘 쓰는군요. 제가
Revelio.
뭐야 저 말들. 나비가 이쪽으로 도망간 것 같은데. 나비 먼저 좀 잡으러 갈까?
Revelio. 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 Incendio. Experiment. Revelio.
또 인신이요.
Experiment. Revelio.
근데 나비가 이 근처에 있다는데.
Revelio.
예. 자, 여기도 한번 좀 터치라. 새삼스럽게 하는 말이지만 제가 이 구역 암살 전문가입니다. 바로. 어디까지나 자칭이고 아마도 이놈이라마는 그 제가 이 구역 암살 전문. 그런 의미에서 이번에도 그 잠깐 암살을 하도록.
Revelio.
오케이. 정말 많은 적들이 있네요. 그 적들이 아니라 그 나쁜 사람들이 있어요. 나쁜 사람. 그 적은 아니고 그 못된 어른들이 있어요. 여기 와가지고 그 프로라인데 그 코로나 거의 다 끝나가긴 하지만은 그 전염병이 퍼지고 있는 와중에 마스크도 안 쓰고 참.
Revelio. These rocks have seen better days. Petrificus totalis. Alohomora.
아 아니.
This is almost too running out. What are you, a gobstone? No.
I won't go down as easy.
번개 맛이 어때?
Revelio. Incendio. Incendio. Revelio. Cursed fiends. Alohomora. Revelio.
내가 덜 설렀나?
Alohomora.
자, 일로 오라.
Revelio.
보물 상자가 이 반대쪽에 있다는데. 저 봉로기실이야. 아 진짜. 내 보물 상자. 자, 일단 얘기 구출해줬으니까 그거 어디 보자. 이건 이쪽으로 가자. 아니 여기가 더 가까워. 원린 트라이얼 한번 하고 이쪽으로 가서 그 천문표 보고 그 이쪽 올라오면 돼. 하는 김에 이거 서쪽 그 워프 포인트도 한번 잡아놓는 게 나을 것 같아. 와약은 갑시다. 인지 느낌이 할 것 같은데.
Revelio.
또 멀리 시험하는데 근처에서 그 사람들이 그 지척되고 있네요.
Now where did I set my...
그래서 인간이 문제야.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
그 얌전히 시험을 치르고 싶은데 왜 시험을 못 치르게 하냐고. 그래서 사람이 문제예요. 사람은 없어요.
Here's a pleasant surprise.
Quiet as a mouse round here. Can't say I'm
내가 안심하고 시험을 치를 수 있게.
Totalis. Revelio.
자, 내가 안심하고 시험을 칠 수 있게 사람들은 전부 지고 있습니다. 그 시험 관중이 어쩌냐고요? 여러분.
Depulso. Revelio. Depulso.
잠깐만, 이거 그 설마 건가?
Lumos.
왜 안 와? 설마 아니지, 설마.
Confringo.
설마 진짜 이래서 안 따라온 거였냐? 야 씨. 아, 잠깐만.
Revelio. Lumos.
왼쪽.
Revelio.
이쪽으로 가져야 하는 거지, 이제.
Revelio.
반딧불이 저쪽에 있으니까 저거 가져오면 돼. 여기 하나 있어.
Lumos. Merlin himself would be proud.
자랑스러워할지 어쩔지 모르겠지만 일단 얘기도 있습니다. 이쪽 날아가서 천문표 해결하고 이쪽 웨이포인트 찍고 이쪽으로 올라가면 돼. 날아올라 저를 멋진 달이 될래요.
Likely this astronomy table will be best used when it's dark. Knowing a meat he's likely studied here.
완성. 이게 어딜 봐서 용인지 모르지만 용젤이라고 하네요. 자, 용젤이 찾았고. 자, 그럼 다시 일어나봅시다.
Revelio.
도착 캠프 히포그리프에다가 그
Abandoned long ago. Revelio. Fringo.
일단은 이쪽. 드라이더 보면 모두 나오죠. 모두 나오죠. 여기 또 뭐 있을 것 같은데.
Revelio.
이름도 아니고. 또
Revelio.
어디?
Revelio.
뭔가 내가 방법을 잘못 찾고 있는 것 같아.
Revelio. Revelio.
야 잠깐. 너무 막 달리지 말고 막 달리.
That wasn't too hard.
어려웠어. 어디 가려고 있어? 가는 길에 저거 그 도적 캠프 하나 털고 갑시다. 네. 근처에 그 도적씨들이 그 잘 서식을 하고 있는 것 같아요.
Revelio. Revelio.
즐거운 약탈의 시간.
Revelio.
My mother used to always say, a clear head makes way for a clear path. Yourself.
자, 너는 결코 내 모습을 볼 수 없을 것이야. 암살적이면 이 정도는 해야지.
Revelio.
어디에서 암살도 못하면서 암살자라고 그 이름을 떠벌떠벌 떠벌리고 다니는 건지 참. 이 정도는 돼야 암살자지. 그렇지 않습니까? 뭔가 이 정도는 해줘야 암살자.
Revelio.
약간 그 잘 들었습니다. 마침. 이게 어디야?
Revelio.
슬슬 양배추를 좀 보충해야 할 것 같은 느낌이 들긴 하지만은 그건 이치로. 괜찮겠지? 인벤토리 아직 괜찮겠죠? 괜찮겠죠? 아직 괜찮을 거야, 괜찮. 나 챌린지 좀 하고 있나? 자, 그럼 조심조심 나가도록 합시다.
Revelio.
You can feed a beast, or it can feed you, if you get my meaning.
Someone messing about?
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
인력꾼들이 사기 댄스를 추고 있네요. 누가 춤추래? 누가 춤을 추래?
Levioso! Levioso! Levioso!
Run back to your master like the pet.
Confringo.
제가
Revelio. It's shameful what you've done to helpless beasts. Revelio.
아까 포피한 들어가자. 자, 포피한테 가봅시다.
Revelio.
가는 길에 또 그 잡다한 밀렵꾼들이 또 3명 정도 있는 것 같은데 별도 가죠.
Not on my hands. Only their blood.
I may go to Hogsmeade later, stir up some trouble. They need to be reminded that we're still running things.
한 명 떨어져 있는 게 죽이려고 한 거죠. 자, 당신의 사형을 집행합니다. 왜 일본 모르니?
Nobody will miss one measly little student.
Had enough? Incendio! You're no match for me.
난 여기지롱, 난 여기지롱, 난 여기지롱. 자, 일로 와봐, 일로 와봐.
You will pay for your deeds.
Revelio. Wait till Sebastian hears about this. An ashwinder.
진정한 마법사는 이렇게 그 마법기약만으로 그 상대를 조질 수가 있는 거고. 다른 그 거창한 마법 쓸 필요 없어. 그 번개만으로 상대를 조질 수가 있어. 진정한 마법사. 뭔가 이상한 것 같다고요? 기분 탓이 아니지.
Revelio. Revelio. This looks intriguing.
이게 뭔가 있는 것 같은데 뭐가 있을까? 피니치 글로브 하나 얻었습니다. 생각보다 어려운 퀴즈는 없습니다.
Revelio.
정말이지 기나긴 여정이었습니다. 예, 포피를 만나기 위해.
Revelio.
왔으니 이래 보죠.
Is Highwing all right? Natty told me what the two of you did.
기다리지 하이.
Highwing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news about the poachers, and that some of it had to do with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight? Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else you heard the poachers are up to.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for Highwing. Does the name Horntail Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not. Why? What is it?
The poacher's best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never went into detail. I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making, at the expense of innocent creatures, undoubtedly. The poacher spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
일단 그 비밀로 해달라니까 비밀로 해줘야죠.
Not to worry, Poppy. If I ever meet your gran, I shall not speak a word of this.
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about the poachers. I think she worries I'll do something ill-advised.
Whatever gave her that idea?
This way.
일단 은신에서 가자.
A centaur. Tread carefully.
예? 펜타로스들이
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for fools? That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
뭔가 많이 당하신다고 해요. 저렇게 말할 정도인 거 보니까 뭔가 많이 당한 거 같아.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But why would he think that we had anything to do with poachers?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious.
여기서까지 의심하고 한 건 좀 그런 거.
That's the third time I've seen a dugbog behave that violently.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I've noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water. This is odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look around. If the poachers were here, perhaps we can find out why.
Why wouldn't they take their cages with them when they left? Revelio.
일단 안에 있는 아이템.
Still smoking. They can't have been gone long. Pelts. Poor beasts. Revelio. This is goblin metal. Seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy about it.
Anything interesting?
Poachers were here. All sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin made.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here. I don't have a good feeling about this.
자, 어디 한번 안내 좀 해봐.
How do goblin and poacher interests align?
Look, down there.
Definitely poachers. No creatures though. So what are they doing out here?
Let's take a closer look.
They won't be
Revelio.
happy to see us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a less discreet approach?
Hard to say from up here. Let's get a better lay of the land.
일단 가까이 가봅시다.
Nothing to poach in Arranshire except spiders. Not worth the trouble if you ask me. Legs are far too brittle.
일단 전부 다 암살을 준비해야 할 것 같은데. 방법은 암살.
Betting on the dragon fight was the best decision I've made yet.
그러니까 암살이라고 했지만 정확히 어떤 암살이라고는 하지는 않았습니다. 얘가 토르다. 얘가 이 구역 토르다. 아야 어디야?
Revelio.
Merlin You'd think they were guarding the Minister for Magic himself. What is going on here?
Only one way to find out.
아닙니다. 이제 몇 개 좀 없애야 할 것 같은데. 돈이 좀 아깝긴 한데 뭐 어쩔 수 없어요. 자, 계속 가보자. 텐트에 들어가 봐야 한다고 하는데.
Repairer. Revelio.
없지. 이 아이템. 들어가자. 이 텐트 아래에는 또 뭐 있으냐?
Merlin's name?
예?
Are those dragons?
예? 예? 야 잠깐만. 야 잠깐. 드래곤 배틀 뭔데? 야 잠깐만.
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Horntail Hall.
The name makes sense now, and the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word, given how crowded it is here. How could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizard kind.
그러기
There
말이다.
must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being on the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted.
확실히 그 용 한 마리만으로 그 할 일은 없죠.
A more which is likely wise.
분명히 용 한 마리만으로 할 일은 없으니까.
Don't know what Victor was thinking, striking a bargain with him.
It's Totalis. Revelio.
긴장을 늦추지 말았어야 되지.
Making a better world for me.
혼텔홀 배틀로얄 챔피언십. 챔피언십이라고 한 거 보니까 이직거리를 꽤 오랫동안 많이 했었다는 거. 이직거리를 정말 많이 했었다고.
Revelio.
Have you heard from your family? Has either of your brothers come round to our way of thinking? Will they join us?
Ah, they say we go too far. The violence isn't going to get us what we want. I say, if every last wizard is run through with a blade, then violence is going to get me precisely what I want.
Sickens me to work alongside any of them. Don't know how Ramrock's stomach's being near Rookwood. Foul beast.
Not much longer.
Totalis. Revelio.
안녕하세요.
Totalis. Revelio.
뭔가가 자꾸 마법을 쓰는 듯한 소리가 들리긴 하는데 그쪽에서. 일단 이거.
Revelio.
Did you hear those goblins? Ramrock and the poachers must be working together.
Poppy, something's going on behind you.
What's going on down there?
넘어갈 수 있는 거. 이건 못 가나? 와우.
They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one, though. Not with her chained up like that.
Let's even her odds, shall we?
일단 저런 식으로 뭔가 그 사육 같은 걸 한번 보고
They've got a dragon. Hebridean from the looks of it. We can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
아 잠깐만. 그래. 구출을 하긴 해야지.
Hello, Amora.
자, 이 알은 이제 제 겁니다. 제 마음대로 할 수 있는.
All right, I have the egg.
Ready. The element of surprise will only buy us a few seconds.
Let's make them count.
엔드릭 한번 사용해볼까? 아, 뭐 있어?
You're the one we're looking for, and you brought a friend. My power has
없어.
We don't have time. We need to free her now before more show up.
그래, 풀어줘야지.
Aim for the ring at the front of her restraints.
자, 일단 풀어줍시다. 근데 이게 그 잘하는 선택이 있어요.
This may have been a bad idea.
I suppose we'll find out.
좀 안 좋은 선택인 것 같은데. 야, 잠깐, 뒤를 봐, 아저씨, 뒤를 봐, 아저씨. 야, 잠깐만. 그 많이 배고팠나 봅니다. 아, 일어나, 우리 죽겠니? 야, 잠깐, 웃지마. 야, 지금 우리가 죽을 상황이라고. 야, 잠깐만. 야, 일단 그 최악적인
That was a Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
I don't think she knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left without it.
What now? She didn't exactly leave us a calling card.
I don't know. Nothing about this day was expected. Not the goblins, and definitely not the fighting ring. The last thing I planned on was a dragon egg. And the poachers saw us, which cannot be good.
그 용의하려는 일단 어떻게 하지 이거?
Since the dragon we freed flew off, does that mean we get to keep the egg?
I'd much rather we have it than the poachers, at least for now. But I don't think we should keep it indefinitely. It'll be hard hiding something like this from Professor Weasley for long.
확실히 밀렵꾼들이 복할까 이거?
Should we expect trouble from the poachers, given the trouble we just caused?
It would be foolish not to expect it. They're not a forgiving lot. I'm sorry to say that you likely have a larger target on your back now because of what we just did.
일단 돌아자?
We aren't helping ourselves standing here. Let's get to safety. We can sort this out later.
You're right. If there's anything the poachers are good at, it's tracking their prey. And right now, we're it. Be careful, won't you? I shall see you back at the castle.
일단 지금 퀘스트 가지고 있는 것들이 그 다크팀 있지. 뽑히 한단기도 있고. 일단 잠깐 그 필요의 방으로 잠깐 좀 가볼게. 그 필요의 방으로 잠깐 좀 가봅시다.
It's time you learned the transformation spell. After you've completed the required tasks, which I'm certain will prove useful in finishing your field guide, attend my class to learn the new spell. Afterwards, we will discuss your progress thus far in the term.
먹기만 하고. 썬더블로 하나. 자, 썬더블루는 몇 개가 있으면 없잖아요. 필드 가이드 페이지 적어야 모음인데 뭐. 이 레벨도 떨어지는데 그 공격도 떨어져? 아, 저런 거. 레벨도 떨어지는데 공격도 떨어진다. 왜 떨어진다? 공격력 이게 더 높으니까 이거 업그레이드 한 게 나을 것 같아. 그 속성 먹고. 일단 이거. 오, 96짜리? 오, 바꿔주고. 속성 바꾸면 되겠네요. 속성 바꾸고 업그레이드 하면 되겠다.
Revelio.
얘들아 어디니? 어림자. 포포는 그 특별한 승 나올 때까지는 그
Professor Howard will never believe this.
아 미안.
Revelio.
사람은 살다 보면 그래서 키를 잠글 수도 있습니다. 포포할로 더 어디 갔냐? 얘들아 어디였니? 너희들이 털을 전부 다 그 뒤에다 뽑아야 할 것 같은데. 빨리가. 빨리가. 아, 넌 사복 이유냐고? 히포그리프 하나 더 만들까? 돌려놓고 돌리나? 어디?
Revelio.
그 다리코라고 그 다음이 아 미안. 그 살다 보면 키를 잘못 누를 때가 있어요. 미안하다. 살다 보면 그 키를 잘못 입력할 때는 못 깨야 돼.
Revelio.
일다 어디 갔냐? 이질탈 좀 많이 필요하거든요.
My mother would like to speak with me.
Revelio.
About some of what we've been up to. I'm hoping she may be easier on me if you are there.
Can we meet at the Three Broomsticks?
별로 어디 갔어?
May finally be safe since we rescued the dragon from Horntail Hall.
Everything's all right now. Revelio.
스키리플로 이거 어디로 숨은지 모르겠어. 아 이거구나. 장사 뭐 있어? 풀리나?
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
따다다다다다다다. 따다다다 따다다다다 따다다. 자, 속성부터 좀 그 여기다가 폭발성 지문 여기에 나가는 거 어떤 수? 기울림 지원자. 리드 해주고 리드 한번. 이걸로도 충분하겠죠. 약간 그 장비 유형은 좀 보자. 저희가 지금 퀘스트가 그 여러 개 생겼는데 일단 그 과제부터 얘기를 합시다. 그 지하항구 쪽은 저도 모르게 얘기를 한 것 같은데 그 도서관에 비치된 중국 변신술 관련해서 저기서 필드 가이드 페이지를 수집하라고 있고요. 이거는 그 가서 그 페이지만 추출하면 됩니다. 도서관으로 돌아봅시다. 뭐 페이지 추출한 거야 쉽지. 드디어 진정한 사기 마법을 배우고. 그 볼드모트도 울고 갈 정도의 그 사악한 그 어둠의 마법을 드디어 배우러 간다. 드디어 그 볼드모트조차도 그 소름을 끼칠 만한 그런 마법을 배우러 간다.
Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humor me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh, they don't value knowledge the way I do. Surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
교수님이 시킨 거를 이렇게 방해한 건 좀 그렇긴 하지만은 재밌을 것 같으니까 한번 좀 들어볼까요? 예. 어떤 퀴즈인지는 모르겠지만 재밌을 것 같으니까.
Just a few questions and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
서로가 아니잖아. 야 씨. 일단은 그 답은 알고 있습니다. 골든 스니치.
The golden snidget.
Correct. The snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct. Next question. Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
펠릭스 펠리시르. 이거는 감기약일 거예요.
Felix Felicis.
Well done. Since it makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organized competitions. The tale of the three brothers involves which magical artifacts?
죽음의 선물 아니에요? 아니 호크룩스가 여기서 왜 나와? 아니 선택지에서 여기 호크룩스가 왜 나와? 야 씨. 죽음의 선물.
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct. According to Beedle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
이거는 좀 어려운데 스니치가 가장 작고 그 블라즈하고 케이플 둘 중 하나가 더 클걸요? 케이플이 가장 작던가?
The quaffle.
That's right. When a chaser throws the quaffle through one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice potion allows the drinker to change species.
이거는 그 비밀의 방을 본 사람들은 다 알고 해요. 예, 비밀의 방을 본 사람은 다 알 텐데 그 헤르미온드가 그 고양이 털이 들어간 그 폴리주스의 마법의 약을 먹었단 말이죠. 그 고양이 털이 들어간 걸 먹었는데 그 종 자체가 바뀌지는 않았어. 뭐지?
False.
Correct. While Polyjuice potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more questions I could ask you. And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
글쎄 다음 것도 쉬울 것 같은데. 문제는 언제인지 혼인이다.
I'd like to answer more questions.
What governmental body directly preceded the Ministry of Magic?
이거 어렵다. 마법부 이전에? 이거는 마법부 이후에 나온 거고.
The Wizards' Council.
That's correct. The Wizards' Council disbanded in
맞췄다.
1707 after the creation of the International Statute of Wizarding Secrecy, which required a more structured government to support its enforcement. Which dragon breed is the smallest?
이것도 어려운데? 다른 건 몰라도 이게 가장 크다는 건 알고 있어요. 이게 가장 크다는 건 알고 있는. 둘 중 하나란 말이야.
The Peruvian Viper Tooth.
Brilliant! Though the
What's that?
Viper Tooth is the smallest breed, averaging at around 15 feet in length, it is also the fastest breed and feared for its venomous fangs. Who founded the village of Hogsmeade?
그걸 내가 어떻게 알아? 여러분 이따 가운데 찍어.
Elfrida Clag.
No, the answer was Hengist of Woodcroft. It is believed that Hengist used the 3 Broomsticks Inn as his home. The hide behind was accidentally created by crossbreeding a ghoul with what other magical creature?
리스포? 이건 모르겠다.
A rune spore.
That's incorrect. The answer was a demiguise. While the hide behind has the power of invisibility, those who have seen it have described it as a tall, thin monkey with silver hair. What is the only spell known to repel a letherfold?
아 이건 페트로스.
The Patronus Charm.
Well done. The only known survivor of a letherfold attack was a wizard named Flavius Belby, who was on holiday in Papua New Guinea at the time. Who published the law of elemental transfiguration?
갱프? 그 갱프의 법칙이라고 해가지고 그 음식 만들어낼 수 없다라고 말하는 인간이 있었거든.
Gamp.
That's it. One of the principal exceptions to Gamp's law is that food cannot be conjured, though it can be summoned. What does the Hogwarts motto translate to?
잠자는 용을 건드리지 마라.
Never tickle a sleeping dragon.
Correct. In Latin, the Hogwarts motto is Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus. Which magical creature is the only one known to produce eggs through its mouth?
글쎄 그 뭔지 모르겠다 이거. 이슈인가?
The Ashwinder.
That's incorrect. The correct answer was the rune's paw. According to Parselmouths, each of the rune's paw's 3 heads serves a different function. The left head is the planner, the middle is the dreamer, and the right is the critic. Where is Ilvermorny School of Witchcraft and Wizardry located?
아 이걸 내가 어떻게 알아?
The Pyrenees.
No, Ilvermorny is actually located on Mount Greylock. The American school was founded in the 17th century by Isolde Sayre and James Stewart. What is the most powerful love potion known to wizard kind?
이거 아모텐시아 아니야?
Amatentia.
That's the answer. Amatenta smells differently to every person, according to what they find attractive, such as dusty book covers or... Are you interested in continuing on to the next round? They're my most difficult questions.
준비됐어.
Give me your worst.
Wonderful. I do admire your thirst for knowledge. Emmerich the Evil was killed in a duel against whom?
아그라비인게.
Sir Agravain.
Incorrect. The answer was Egbert the Egregious. Emmerich
얘가
was
그걸 어떻게
notoriety
알아?
for terrorizing villages in the south of England during the Middle Ages, when he was the master of the Elder Wand. If a chaser keeps their hand on the quaffle as it goes through the goal, what foul are they committing?
Haversacking.
That's right. Blatching is flying to intentionally collide with a player. Stooging is when two chasers knock the other team's keeper away from the goals so that a third chaser can score. A bite from a mackled malaclaw has the unusual side effect of causing what?
에클리드 말라크로우는 또 뭐지?
Bad luck.
Correct. Native to the European coastline, the effects of a malaclaw's bite can last up to a week. What plant excretes stink sap?
영부토. 미뮬러스 미밀토리아도 마취수액을 급히스라긴 하죠.
Mimbolus mimbletonia.
Correct. The Mimbolus mimbletonia plant secretes stink sap as a defensive mechanism when touched. The
예민이
pepper
참 좋아하는
potion
질문이겠지.
evolved from a remedy created by which 12th century wizard?
이건 모르겠는데? 얘랑 볼때 아무거나 지금.
Linford of Stinchcombe.
Very good.
예? 봤었어?
Centuries later, Glover Hipworth would expand on Linford's previous work
이게
and
봤어?
create
야,
the
잠깐만.
pepper potion we know today. In The Wizard and the Hopping Pot, what does the elder wizard leave for his son in the hopping pot?
A single slipper.
That's correct. The story was created by Beadle the Bard, but there are a few versions. I won't spoil what the slipper was for if you haven't read it recently. The Snallygaster is native to which region of the world?
내가 그걸 어떻게 알아? 아니 내가 그걸 어떻게 알아? 야 씨.
The Scottish Highlands.
No, the answer was North America. The part bird, part reptile is a distant relative of the Occamy and has serrated fangs and a bulletproof hide. Who is the Muggle knight featured in the Fountain of Fair Fortune?
뭔지 모르겠지만은 그 랜슬롯은 아닐 것 같아.
Sir Luckless.
Correct. The
이게
three
봤어?
witches in the story are named Asher, Altheda, and Amata. Oh, I adore a story that ends with a twist. The world's largest kelpie is also known by what other name?
세계에서 가장 큰 켈피의 다른 이름. 잠깐만. 켈피가 호수의 괴수란 말이야. 그 호숫가에서 사는 괴물인데 오야 잠깐 설마 아니지. 설마 내시는 아니지. 설마
The
아니지.
Loch Ness Monster.
Correct. The Office of Misinformation has worked diligently to discredit any Muggle evidence of the Kelpie's existence. Who was the first Minister for Magic?
Ethelred the Ever-Ready.
No, the first minister was Ulick Gamp. Gamp's greatest legacy was the founding of the Department of Magical Law Enforcement. It outlawed the unforgivable curses. You've answered all of my questions. It's nice to know there's another student who appreciates the value of knowledge. You should be pleased with your performance. Not many students would have done so well. Thank you for humoring me by participating. I had a splendid time. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this. Revelio! Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration.
뭐 퀘스트 하면서 뭐 이것저것 해서 그 재밌긴 했습니다만 이게 다야. 어쨌든 이게 아닌 것 같은데. 뭐 일단 그 수업 들으라고 하니까 수업 들으러 가긴 해야겠는데 진짜 이게 다야.
Revelio.
너무한데?
Oh, hello.
아, 잘못 눌렀어, 잘못 눌렀어. 너 불렀어?
Hello, Adelaide. How are you and your uncle doing?
Very well, thanks to you. The more I learn about Ranrock's foul lot, the more astounded I am that my uncle survived. I looked back over his old owls and noticed that they included pertinent details about his rare metal deposits. I believe that Ranrock's fiends were after those deposits and that they needed my uncle's knowledge. He was willingly going to rot away in that cell to keep me safe.
그 봉이들 소식은 없어?
Any other pertinent details about those owls?
Plenty. Uncle Roland couldn't be certain, but he thought he overheard goblins talking about infusing something into goblin silver. He wasn't sure what they meant, but something about the way they spoke of it made his skin crawl. It's clear you saved my uncle from a very bad lot.
It was nothing at all, Adelaide. I'm just glad your uncle's safe.
So am I. Seeing him again was such a relief. I told him that he must remain vigilant from now on. I, for one, can't help but look over my shoulder now whenever I leave the castle grounds.
일단 수업 들어가자. 그 어떤 어둠의 마법보다 그 사악한 어둠의 마법 한번 배우러 가봅시다. 그 어떤 어둠의 마법보다 그 사악한. 아니 부엉이가 책으로 밀렸어.
Settle down. Settle down. Transfiguration.
아니 동물학대잖아.
Weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do.
자, 배신마법을 한번 배워봅시다. 어? 근데 저거 그 론이 실패한 그 쥐잔 아닌가?
Beautifully done.
새 주문 할당하기 전에 재능 포인트 안 찍은 이유가 하나 있어. 어둠의 마법 같은 거 다 필요 없어. 전부 다 폭탄으로 만들어버리면 돼. 어둠의 마법 같은 거 다 필요 없습니다. 전부 다 폭탄으로 만들어서 던져버리면 되는 거야. 그래, 내가 원했던 건 이거야. 이거라고. 아...
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor?
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
예, 벌써요? 과제가 좀 도움이 되긴 했어요.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making excellent use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. Deke tells me you captured a unicorn and brought it back to the Room of Requirement. Protecting so rare a beast is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Was your extended conversation with Mr. Ollivander after you'd obtained your wand, or subsequent search of the owlery, connected in any way to Professor Fig?
예, 그게 아니요. 그 피부 교수님하고 관련된 일 아니고요.
I enjoy talking to Mr. Ollivander. I'm fascinated by wand law, and I'd never visited the owlery. Bit of a mess.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
야, 잠깐만.
Since our visit to Feldcroft, something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need to compromise south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
오버로드 공사에서 세바스찬을 만나자 하고 그 다음에 일단 이거 먼저 좀 할까요?
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
So frustrating.
Revelio.
You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She directed me to not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
잠깐 내가 이해를 잘 못했는데 그 영국의 가젤이 살 리가 없는데 밀렵꾼들이 많은 데에서 그러니까 희귀한 동물들을 그 잡아다 파는 그 밀렵꾼들이 많은 데에서 굳이 영국에 많이 없는 가젤로 변신해서 영탐을 바보냐? 너 정말 그거 안 들키고 영탄이 있다고 그 자부할 수가 있는 거야? 야, 씨. 아니, 그 와중에 선택지는 전부 다 왜 이렇게 거지 같아? 야! 여기에서 나와야 할 선택지는 이게 아니잖아! 뭐 그런 병신 같은 짓을 했냐고 그 따져야 하잖아! 야, 잠깐만, 씨! 아니 지금 딱 봐도 선택지가 지금 대단하다가 아니라 어떻게 애니마우스가 됐냐 뭐 이런 거에 따져야 하는 게 아니라 왜 그런 병신 같은 짓을 했냐고 따져야 하는 거 아니야. 야 잠깐만. 전 딱히 그 대화 대상이 그 흑인이라서 이렇게 비하 발언을 하는 게 아니라 야 아니 정상적인 사고방식으로 생각해봤을 때 그 영국에서 가젤이 안 살아. 그리고 그 밀렵꾼들이 잔뜩 있어. 근데 그 가젤로 변신해서 막 돌아다녔대. 뭐 병신짓거리야!
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary.
다른 거 딱히 물어보고 싶지도 않다.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
당연히 너네 엄마 말이 맞지 네 말이 맞겠냐 야.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Ranrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them.
너랑 나랑 같냐?
I cannot know where I am all the time.
아니 너랑 나랑 같냐고 야.
Thank you for being here during that rather awkward.
아니 이쪽은 알아서 찾아온 거고 너는 알아서 찾아가는 거잖아 야. 그쪽에서 찾아오는 거하고 찾아가는 거하고 같냐고.
Revelio.
그 교수님 어디 가시니?
Professor, could you tell me how you and Natty ended up at Hogwarts?
I can. That is an easy question. We are here because of Professor Weasley.
You knew Professor Weasley when you were in Uganda?
I knew of Professor Weasley. As you may or may not be aware, Professor Weasley's work once took her around the globe. Without providing detail that is not mine to share, I can say that she was well known in our wizarding community for, well, sharing magical knowledge between countries.
엄청나게 있으셨네요. 그 잘은 몰라도 그 위즐리 교수님이 생각보다 더 능력이 엄청나신 분인 것 같아요.
Professor Weasley seems quite knowledgeable, so I'm not surprised to hear she'd do that sort of thing.
Indeed. Although I suspect there is much about each of your professors that would surprise and impress you. Such exchanges of information, ministry sanctioned or not, have occurred for centuries. It was an African sorcerer, in fact, who shared the unlocking charm with a certain wizard from London. A thief, rather unfortunately.
I see.
But back to your original question. Professor Weasley had heard of my work and life in Matabeleland and my time teaching at Ouagadougou. She was deputy headmistress at Hogwarts by then, and when the position of divination professor became available, she contacted me. Her timing was perfect. I had just foreseen a change in Nat's size and my circumstances and knew that we needed to leave Uganda. Natsai was as ready as I was for a new adventure. So, off we went.
Natty has spoken of your move. She was quite kind to me my first day here, in Charms.
That sounds like Natsai. I'm glad she has found a friend in you. Now, I must return to my work. As I've told Natsai, do be careful. I had a vision earlier this year of her with a friend, flying on winged beasts. Perhaps unsurprisingly, she will neither confirm nor deny my visions, unless it suits her.
그 이게는 치료를 하시네요. 다음 퀘스트는 고조자. 뽑기랑 대화하러 봅시다. 세기지로 가야 하나? 호그스 밑에 있구나.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
무슨
Hello, pardon me.
Hello there. Was there something you needed?
Hello, I was wondering if you would be interested in having your own shop and a house elf to help you with it. Penny's the name. Penny's mistress is selling this shop, and Penny is most eager to start working with the new owner. It might surprise you to know that Penny can sell practically anything.
잠깐만, 내 가게에다가 그 집요점까지 그 추가로 들어온다고? 금액이 얼마인지 모르겠지만은 그 좋은 건데.
Oh, it would be wonderful to have a place to sell things and someone to help me.
You'll be able to give Penny almost anything that you want to sell. It will be no work at all for you once the shop is up and running. If you want the shop and Penny hopes that you do, you should talk to Penny's mistress as soon as you can. Her name is Cassandra Mason.
Why is your mistress selling the shop? And you?
Penny cannot be certain, as Mistress Mason so rarely confides in her. However, she repeatedly mentions how tired she has become of trying to let the shop. She has had rotten bad luck with the last few tenants.
사고 매물이구나.
Oh, right. Are you holding your breath?
사고 매물이구나. 야 씨.
Fine. Sometimes Penny simply needs to remind herself to stop talking.
무슨 물건을 팔까?
What kind of things would I be able to sell in the shop?
All kinds. Anything
everything from essence of Disney to mooncalf fur. If a buyer exists for something, then Penny can sell it and get the best price. Just ask Mistress Mason.
날개가 좀 낡고 허름해 보이는데 그 리브랜딩이 하지 않아?
Why are the premises in such disarray?
Oh, the previous tenants were not able to manage very well. They seem to have given up rather quickly.
말하면 안 돼요, 무운이었구나.
Penny is perfectly capable of helping clean and repair, so the shop will be ready for business in no time.
근데 넌 어떻게 물건을 잘 팔겠어?
How is it you're so good at selling? Seems unusual for a house elf.
Oh, before he died, Penny's previous owner, Master Mason, trusted her to do all sorts of things to help him with his shop.
Oh.
Penny supposes it is a bit unusual for a house elf to possess such skill, but Master Mason commanded it, and Penny was happy to oblige. Master Mason was a wonderful master.
All right. I shall go and find Madam Mason.
Oh, this is splendid news indeed. You won't be sorry. You can find Mistress Mason at her home on the north edge of the village. Penny does hope she gets to work with you.
아무리 생각해도 사고 매물인 것 같은데? 아무리 생각해도 사고 매물인데.
Over here.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
같이 용차스 그거 확인 좀 해봐야지요.
That's a good idea. We need to see this.
갑자기 그 튀어나올 수 있는
Start looking
거거든.
into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
난록하고 그 관련된.
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
I'm sure you had your reasons, but breaking into Alfred Lawley's home wasn't the brightest idea.
Revelio.
어떤 퀘스트고? 지금 시간이 벌써 12시 24분이에요. 일단 오늘 방송 여기까지 하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 오늘 방송 여기까지 하고 내일은 휴방입니다. 매주 화요일하고 목요일은 휴방이고 저는 수요일날에 찾아뵙도록 다시 헤로코리 호그와트 레거시로 다시 찾아뵙도록 하겠습니다. 일단 지금까지 봐주셔서 감사하고 저는 내일 뵙도록 안녕히 계세요.